Okay, so last year in Work Package 2, we worked on conducting literature reviews that allowed us to identify the variables we wanted to focus on for the iBeCHANGE intervention. So we identified the behavioral and the psychosocial risk factors we wanted to focus on that could be useful for cancer prevention. And so like the behavioral ones are the well-known ones. So we decided to focus on alcohol, diet, physical activity, smoking. But yeah, it was very interesting to see which the psychosocial risk factors were. So we decided also to include some aspects such as social support and also emotional factors such as depression and anxiety, but also stress-related factors. Then we also conducted a qualitative study with citizens and healthcare professionals. So basically we conducted semi-structured interviews with healthcare professionals and also focus group discussions with citizens to gather more information and key insights that could help the development of the iBeCHANGE platform. So we used everything basically to design the whole intervention, and that also helped like with the designing of the pilot study. Actually, we conducted, as I said, the qualitative study across the clinical centers in Italy, Spain, and Romania. And actually, an aspect that was highlighted was the need for personalization of the intervention. So the iBeCHANGE platform, the iBeCHANGE app is not a fully automated one-size-fits-all intervention. So of course, it has standardized aspects, which are the structural core aspects, such as objectives, missions, and recommendations, but users can actively tailor the experience according to their needs and their preferences. So, for example, they can actually choose the health pillar they want to focus on. They can choose their objectives. They can select weekly missions, and we also implemented a reinforcement learning system that delivers recommendations in a personalized way over time. They also emphasized the need for human presence and relational support. So again, the iBeCHANGE intervention was designed as a stepped care intervention. So it starts with a fully automated journey. And then if users experience difficulties in, for example, completing weekly missions, then in that case, there is additional support that is gradually provided. So it starts with chat-based interactions through a forum, and then if needed, there's also the possibility to join a single session intervention with a healthcare professional. And again, if needed, we can proceed with referral to local health services. So users are not left alone throughout the journey. So yeah, they're always supported by real people. Then there were several aspects that were highlighted during these interviews and during the focus group discussions, which we took into account. So, for example, the ease of use of the platform, the simplicity of the language that we had to use. So we tried to take into account all of these things, but then we have to wait for the results of the pilot study to see what we can further implement. And also, yeah, to actually enhance motivation and long-term engagement, which remains a key challenge.